Tell me about your hair, Cherub.
Well, I have a ton of hair, so I find that my hair often falls flat because of how heavy it is.
And one of the challenges with thick hair is even after you put that beautiful cut in there, it just seems to just lay flat. So we're gonna counteract that. We're just gonna section up her hair, do a quick horizontal section. I'm gonna clip this out of the way. So with Cherub's hair, we're gonna go through here and re-wet it so I can get a good foundation for this buildable texture that I'm gonna get with Playable texture. So I'm gonna take her wet hair and spray Playable texture on the top and the bottom, making sure it wraps around each hair strand. Next, I'm gonna go through with a large round brush, and I'm just gonna blow dry that in and get it dry with a little bit of movement. So one of the great things about Playable texture is it doesn't add any tug to the hair as you're blow drying. I mean, even with her thick hair, I'm still able to really glide that brush through. It makes drying a lot easier. So we're back with Cherub and we're all dry and we got that Playable texture from scalp to ends, beautiful finish, and you can see we have these really nice kind of individual bundles of hair. I'm gonna go through here and really shake this blow dry out and start getting some movement. Remember, the more you play with Playable texture, the more texture and that more buildable fullness that we're gonna achieve. And you guys can see, we get a really nice airy finish on long layers without the stickiness. Now to take it a little bit further, let's go in with a little bit more Playable texture. I'm gonna lift this hair up and actually get it in there. We want it all the way down to the scalp to really build that texture. Remember, go bigger than you want and then you can break it back down. One thing I really like to do with this product is just go through and almost straighten this top layer of her hair and get my hands back in there right at the root and just kind of massage that scalp because it really builds that texture. And you guys can see, we still have that really nice classic shine finish, but with a lot of movement through the ends. All right, so you guys can see here, we have a beautiful textured finish on long layers that has no stickiness. So now that we have this awesome finish, and I know Cherub loves it, we're gonna take it to the next level. So I'm gonna get in here with a curling iron and add a really kind of sexy twist, something really easy to teach our clients that they can do at home, and it's a really dramatic finish. Now, as you guys can see, we have a lot of different curls in her hair. It's really important to keep this look very random, right? So it doesn't look kind of old-fashioned-y and too set. All right, so now we have Cherub all set. And I always say, if a set looks cool, you know the hairstyle is gonna look cool. So now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna go through and start releasing these out and just drop it. And you can already see right there what a nice curl pattern we get with the Playable texture. I was really impressed with how much it holds that curl. Marvelous. All right, so now before I add any more Playable texture, I'm gonna go through and just shake some of this out and really start running my fingers through this. I'm even gonna go through and brush some of this out. And again, it's just gonna loosen this up even more. So I can go through here, and now I can start using the tips of my fingers to start pushing that texture back into place. And just to add it right where I want to, I'm gonna use a little bit of the Playable texture in my hands. Hang on to that for me. And go through and just start pushing this where I want it to go. So we have our second finished look here with Cherub, and you can see just with that Playable texture that we put in there from the blow dry, we've created this beautiful base for that curling iron. And we have this wonderful movement that shows a lot of fullness, but still really soft texture. Of course, there's the editorial junkies out there, all the kids that love to take pictures of their work. So let's see how far we can go with this, right? So I'm gonna go one step further, of course, because I always got to, Cherub, and you're the one to do it on. So I'm just gonna kind of brush through this. You know what I love about working with this product is every time I put my hands or brush into it, I create a new look, and you can see what a modern wave that is. And I'm just gonna start building this from the scalp to the ends. Now it's really important with long hair that we're opening her hair and getting that product in there. All right, whip it back. Now the best tool a stylist has are the hands. So we can start going through and really start pushing this hair where we want it to go. So you can see that this hair is really just sticking to itself with that playable texture. It's not sticking to my hands. I mean, you guys have seen how much I put in here, and I'm still able to get my hands in and out very cleanly. Awesome, so here we have our finished look for Cherub. You know, we got that playable texture spray in her hair. We're able to change it, rework it into any shape. I can pin it, I can do an updo, I can do a chignon. The great thing about this is it's never sticky, so you're never stuck on one style. And I have infinite possibilities with playable texture. With Cherub, we did 3 really different looks, I think. And the first one is really that everyday kind of nice wave with a blowout. The playable texture in that set up the second look, which is what I went through with the curling iron. But using that curling iron gave this really nice shape, a little bit more form in her hair. Finish that with more playable texture to open that up. And I think that would have been a really cool going out look. Building that foundation in her hair and pushing it and seeing the boundaries of not only the product, but what her hair could do. And like we said, we could keep going. The more you use, the more it builds.